In the heart of South Asia lies a nation born from an unrelenting dream, forged through sacrifice and shaped by resilience, Pakistan. From the fiery speeches of Quide-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah to the turbulent tides of political instability, Pakistan's history is a roller coaster of triumphs and tribulations. It is a story of survival against all odds, from the bloodshed of partition to the challenges of modern-day governance and economic recovery. As the nation marches toward an uncertain future, its people hold steadfast to hope, proving time and again that even in the face of adversity, the spirit of Pakistan endures. If you like listening to history, please subscribe, like, and leave a nice comment. It will give you motivation. Don't forget, the roots of Pakistan's creation were planted in the fertile grounds of hope, unity, and an unyielding desire for freedom. The story begins in undivided India, where Muslims faced challenges to their identity, culture, and religion. Against this backdrop, the All India Muslim League was established in 1906, a seed that would eventually grow into the idea of Pakistan. As decades unfolded, leaders like Sir Syed Ahmed Khan advocated for education and modernization, while poets like Allama Iqbal envisioned a land where Muslims could thrive without fear. Their voices echoed across the subcontinent, igniting hearts and inspiring dreams of self-determination. The narrative takes a dramatic turn with the emergence of Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the Quide-e-Azam, or Great Leader. A lawyer by profession and a statesman by destiny, Jinnah transformed the Muslim League into a powerful political force. His eloquent speeches and unwavering resolve brought hope to millions. The scene highlights the 1930 Allahabad address by Allama Iqbal, where the poet-philosopher articulated the vision of a separate Muslim state. This vision gained momentum as Jinnah tirelessly advocated for the rights of Muslims, emphasizing the two-nation theory. March 23, 1940, marked a turning point in history. At the annual session of the Muslim League held in Lahore, a resolution was passed demanding independent states for Muslims in northwestern and eastern zones of India. This resolution laid the foundation for Pakistan. The atmosphere was electric as Jinnah addressed the gathering, declaring, "The Hindus and Muslims belong to two different civilizations. It is a dream that they can ever evolve a common nationality." The years following the Lahore resolution were marked by intense negotiations, protests, and sacrifices. The Muslim League, under Jinnah's leadership, faced opposition from the Congress and the British government. Yet, the determination of Muslims only grew stronger. The Quit India movement, World War II, and the Cripps mission all shaped the political landscape. As independence drew closer, the idea of Pakistan became more than a demand. It became a necessity. Finally, the dream became reality. On the midnight of August 14, 1947, Pakistan emerged as an independent state. Jinnah, now the Governor-General, addressed the nation with words of hope and unity. But the joy was tempered by the bloodshed of partition, as millions migrated amidst violence and despair. The first rays of independence dawned on a nation scarred yet resilient, ready to build a future from the ashes of the past. In the immediate aftermath of independence, Pakistan faced monumental challenges. The country lacked infrastructure, resources, and administrative systems. Millions of refugees poured in from India, seeking shelter and stability. Karachi, the capital, became a hub of activity as leaders worked tirelessly to stabilize the nation. Quide-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, as the Governor-General, took charge of the nation's affairs. He emphasized unity and called for religious harmony, declaring, "You are free. You are free to go to your temples. you are free to go to your mosques. However, the newly born nation was burdened with economic struggles, including a meagre share of the subcontinent's wealth and industries. On September 11, 1948, tragedy struck as Quide-e-Azam, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, passed away due to health complications. His death left a leadership vacuum in a nation still finding its feet. Liaquat Ali Khan, the first Prime Minister of Pakistan, vowed to carry forward Jinnah's vision. The nation mourned the loss of its founding father, and his funeral saw an outpouring of grief as millions gathered to bid farewell. The early years of Pakistan were marked by economic hardship. The country lacked industries, and its agriculture-dependent economy struggled due to partition-related disruptions. Efforts were made to establish a central bank, the State Bank of Pakistan, in 1948, to stabilize the financial system. Liaquat Ali Khan introduced measures to attract investment and initiated the first 5-year plan to develop the economy. However, progress was slow, and the nation remained heavily reliant on foreign aid. Political instability began to take root as differences emerged between various regions and leaders. The government struggled to draft a constitution that balanced the interests of East and West Pakistan. The Objectives Resolution of 1949, which laid the foundation for Pakistan's Islamic identity, became a subject of debate. Meanwhile, Liaquat Ali Khan worked to strengthen diplomatic ties, particularly with the United States, to secure economic assistance. The scars of partition lingered as millions struggled to rebuild their lives. Communal violence, border disputes, and the Kashmir conflict added to the challenges. Despite these hurdles, the people of Pakistan showed remarkable resilience, striving to lay the foundation of a unified nation. On October 16, 1951, the nation was shaken by the assassination of its first Prime Minister, Liaquat Ali Khan, in Rawalpindi. His death marked the beginning of political uncertainty and raised questions about the country's future. Khawaja Nazimuddin succeeded him as Prime Minister, but the political landscape had grown fragile. Pakistan's film industry, later known as Lollywood, began to take shape in the early 1950s. Lahore became the hub of filmmaking, with movies like Teri Yaad, 1948, and Do Ansu, 1950, marking the industry's early milestones. These films reflected themes of partition, patriotism, and cultural identity. After years of debate and political struggle, Pakistan adopted its first constitution on March 23, 1956, declaring itself an Islamic republic. This marked a significant step towards democracy, though challenges of governance and regional disparity remained. In 1958, General Ayub Khan imposed Pakistan's first martial law, citing political instability and corruption. He assumed the presidency, promising reforms and modernization. While his era saw economic growth, it also centralized power and stifled political dissent. Under Ayub Khan's rule, Pakistan experienced significant infrastructural development, including the construction of dams, roads, and industrial zones. However, disparities between East and West Pakistan began to deepen, sowing seeds of future conflict. In the early 1960s, Ayub Khan envisioned a unified and progressive Pakistan. However, his policies often alienated the people of East Pakistan. Efforts like the introduction of basic democracies aimed to decentralize governance, but were perceived as a means to consolidate power. The economic disparity between East and West Pakistan became increasingly evident. Ayub's emphasis on industrialization benefited West Pakistan disproportionately, creating resentment in the East. This marked the beginning of a socio-political divide that would later culminate in a national crisis. The Green Revolution, initiated under Ayub Khan's government, aimed to transform Pakistan's agricultural sector. New irrigation systems, fertilizers, and high-yield crop varieties improved productivity. However, the benefits were skewed towards large landowners, while small farmers continued to struggle. In 1962, Pakistan adopted a new constitution, transitioning to a presidential system. Ayub Khan assumed the presidency, but faced criticism for suppressing dissent and curbing press freedom. The 1960s marked a golden age for Pakistani culture and media. Lollywood flourished with classics like Arman, 1966, starring Wahid Murad, ushering in a new era of music and cinema. Television broadcasts began, connecting urban and rural audiences through programs that highlighted national issues and entertainment. Despite political challenges, this cultural renaissance brought a sense of pride and identity to the people. Pakistan experienced both triumphs and tribulations in 1965. The Rann of Kutch conflict with India tested the nation's military strength and led to heightened tensions. Meanwhile, economic growth continued, with the establishment of new industries and export-focused policies. However, the looming Indo-Pak War strained resources and diverted attention from domestic issues. The Second Indo-Pak War, fought over Kashmir, deeply impacted the nation. The conflict united Pakistanis in a surge of patriotism, with songs like "Ay Watan Ke Sajile Jawano" becoming rallying cries. Despite military successes, the war strained the economy and exposed vulnerabilities in governance. The Tashkent Agreement, brokered by the Soviet Union in 1966, ended the conflict, but was seen as a betrayal by many, leading to widespread criticism of Ayub Khan's leadership. Discontent grew in the late 1960s as Ayub Khan's government faced accusations of authoritarianism and corruption. Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, a charismatic politician, emerged as a prominent critic of Ayub. Bhutto's Pakistan People's Party (PPP) gained popularity with its slogan, Roti, Kapra aur Makan, food, clothing and shelter. The people's frustrations, particularly in East Pakistan, were further fueled by economic disparities and a lack of political representation. Despite significant industrial growth and the development of infrastructure, social unrest plagued Pakistan. Workers, students, and political activists protested against inequality and government policies. East Pakistan's demand for autonomy grew louder, as leaders like Sheikh Mujibur Rahman advocated for the Six-Point Movement. Ayub's inability to address these challenges weakened his grip on power. Under mounting pressure, Ayub Khan resigned in 1969, transferring power to General Yahya Khan. Yahya promised free and fair elections to restore democracy, but struggled to address the growing discontent in East Pakistan. This period marked a critical juncture in Pakistan's history, as the seeds of division between East and West Pakistan began to sprout. Yahya Khan introduced reforms to prepare for the 1970 general elections, the first held on the basis of direct adult franchise. The elections became a battleground for ideological and regional divides, with the Awami League dominating East Pakistan and the PPP gaining traction in the West. The political landscape grew volatile as leaders campaigned on promises of change, autonomy, and justice. Despite political uncertainty, Pakistan's cultural scene continued to thrive. Lollywood produced iconic films, while musicians like Noor Jahan and Mehdi Hasan captivated audiences. Television dramas became a unifying force, reflecting the struggles and aspirations of the common people. This period was a testament to the resilience of Pakistan's spirit, even in the face of adversity. The 1970s began with Pakistan on the verge of a crisis. The general elections of 1970 saw Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's Awami League win a landslide victory, securing a majority due to its dominance in East Pakistan. However, political disagreements between the Awami League and Zulfikar Ali Bhutto's Pakistan People's Party, PPP, in West Pakistan led to a deadlock. Yahya Khan's government failed to mediate the conflict, leading to military action in East Pakistan. The brutal suppression resulted in widespread violence, and on December 16, 1971, East Pakistan declared independence, becoming Bangladesh. This marked the most tragic event in Pakistan's history. Bhutto became Pakistan's first civilian martial law administrator and later its prime minister in 1972. Promising to rebuild the fractured nation, Bhutto introduced sweeping reforms, including nationalizing industries and banks and introducing land reforms to empower small farmers. His government oversaw the drafting of Pakistan's 1973 constitution, which declared Pakistan an Islamic republic with a parliamentary system. However, Bhutto's authoritarian tendencies alienated political opponents, and his economic policies faced criticism for inefficiency. Social unrest and allegations of election rigging in the 1977 elections led to widespread protests, ultimately resulting in a military coup. General Zia-ul-Haq seized power in 1977, promising elections, but instead imposing martial law. His era was marked by the Islamization of Pakistan's legal and educational systems. Hudud ordinances, zakat laws, and changes to the judiciary reshaped the country's socio-political landscape. Zia aligned Pakistan with the United States during the Soviet-Afghan War, receiving billions in military and economic aid. While his policies strengthened the military, they also entrenched extremism in society. Zia's rule ended abruptly in 1988, when his plane crashed under mysterious circumstances, killing him and several high-ranking officials. The post-Zia era saw the return of democracy, with Benazir Bhutto becoming the first female Prime Minister of Pakistan in 1988. Her tenure focused on social reforms and women's empowerment, but faced criticism for corruption. Nawaz Sharif emerged as a political rival, serving as Prime Minister in the 1990s. The decade was characterized by political instability, with alternating governments of the P, and PMLN, plagued by corruption allegations and economic mismanagement. The nuclear tests of 1998 under Nawaz Sharif's leadership marked a significant milestone, but invited international sanctions, further straining the economy. General Pervez Musharraf staged a coup in 1999, citing corruption and economic mismanagement. His government introduced liberal economic policies, privatization, and infrastructure projects. Musharraf also aligned with the US during the War on Terror, leading to significant foreign aid, but also domestic unrest. The Lal Masjid operation in 2007 and increasing militancy highlighted the challenges of his rule. Musharraf's resignation in 2008 marked the end of another era of military dominance. Democracy returned with the PPP under Asif Ali Zardari, Benazir Bhutto's widower, becoming president in 2008. The government faced immense challenges, including terrorism, natural disasters like the 2010 floods, and economic crises. Despite criticism, the PPP completed its term, making way for a peaceful democratic transition for the first time in Pakistan's history. Nawaz Sharif returned to power in 2013, focusing on economic development, energy projects, and the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPEC. However, allegations of corruption and the Panama Papers scandal led to his disqualification by the Supreme Court in 2017. This period highlighted Pakistan's ongoing struggle with political accountability and governance. Imran Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf (PTI) rose to power in 2018, promising a Naya Pakistan, New Pakistan. His government prioritized anti-corruption measures and austerity, but faced criticism for economic mismanagement and rising inflation. The COVID-19 pandemic further strained resources, while political polarization deepened across the nation. The years leading to 2025 saw increasing political instability and economic turmoil. Successive governments struggled to stabilize the economy, which faced soaring inflation, unemployment, and external debt. Despite some progress in tech and agriculture, systemic issues hindered sustained growth. Pakistan's GDP in 2025 stands at approximately $375 billion, with a per capita income of $1,500. Economic reforms and political consensus remain critical for future progress. As Pakistan looks beyond 2025, its future hinges on addressing structural issues, promoting education, and fostering innovation. The nation's young population offers immense potential, but political will and stability are vital to unlocking it.